Okay, so we're about to go into our winter retreat for Americorps. It's been quite a year so far, so we're gonna document some things, see how we do. We're gonna try to honor the retreats of years past, but I'm not sure how it's gonna go because it's been quite a year, as I said. Got my paper airplanes, got my coffee, and I think this will really be telling for how the year will go. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Winter Americorps Retreat. How's everyone doing this morning?
Good.
We're going to make this the best retreat of the last 5 years. I've been doing this for 25 years. I don't think we can beat 6 years ago, but this one's going to be the best of the last 5. Before we dive in to this dynamic activity we have planned, I'd just like to hear who you are. So give us your name, your position, and if you were a tree, what tree would you be? Why don't we start over here?
My name is Katie, and I am an Americorps member with Coalition for Our Immigrant Neighbors. And if I was a tree, I would be a tree in Africa with the Peace Corps. I guess I joined Americorps because I wasn't in the Peace Corps anymore. Figured why not? I could stay with my family and still try to help people and maybe even find out a little bit more about myself. And it's not like the Peace Corps, it's a lot different, but hopefully the rest of the year will be meaningful and I'll be able to make that transition. So.
Hi, I'm Zach. I'm also an Americorps member. I'm serving with the Northside Food Pantry based out of the Second Presbyterian Church. If I was a tree, I would be a sturdy oak because people can rely on them. Why did I choose to join Americorps? Well, there's tons of great things about it, but I think the main reason why I chose it is because I did it last year up in Alaska and I helped manage a youth center with some kids. And, well, I enjoyed working with the kids and managing them through different projects that they did, but I wanted to see if I could manage adults.
I am Katie, and I am an Americorps member with Cancer Support Community. And if I were a tree, I would be a tulip tree because they're the state tree of Indiana, and we're in Indiana, so that's what I would be. I started because going into it, I had come back from being out of the country and was looking around and just really so passionate seeing the needs of immigrants and refugees in this country. And so I looked into working, having that be my job. And so I called Catholic Charities in different places in Indianapolis and realized that they weren't taking on people. In fact, they were cutting people because of just cuts in funding, what was going on politically. So I had thought about Americorps because I had done it before. And so that's how I got back into Americorps and getting paid still to do what I love.
Okay.
My name's Anna. I'm an Americorps service member with Community Health Network, and if I were a tree, I would be an apple tree because apples are healthy. I joined Americorps just to give myself kind of a gap year between graduating my undergrad and starting grad school and then entering the workforce. I thought it would just give me a nice break to kind of still gain experience.
I am Barbara. I am also an Americorps service member at Community Health Network. If I were a tree, I would be a magnolia. Those huge white blossoms remind me of spreading peace all around the world.
I really think that Americorps can make everything right again. I think Americorps gives you a chance to bring out the best of your good intentions and leave everything else behind.
Okay. Hi, my name's Elena. I'm at the Center for Citizenship and Community at Butler University. If I were a tree, I'd be a willow. I like how the branches kind of curve down to the ground.
Hi, my name's Haley. I'm a service member at the Desmond Tutu Center. I'd also be a sleeping willow because this is week 2 of my 70-hour weeks. And I only function on 5.5 hours of sleep or more, and this is 3 hours. But I'm kidding, every night. I joined Americorps because my professor showed me the flyer when we were sitting on a train in India, actually. And I realized that I had no idea what I was going to do next. And I wanted to help underserved populations, like immigrants and refugees. But I also realized that I did not want to be a full functioning adult yet, because that sounds horrifying. So Americorps seemed like a great in-between.
Great, so let's dive right in. I know you've all been looking forward to this.
Here, let me hand those out.
Yes.
Wait. We're not ready.
Oh.
Yeah, hang on. I have to give my opening speech first.
Oh yeah, and then
You all know by now that Americorps is about greater service, the greater good. So, I've prepared a little activity here to illustrate that. My father always said that you should, sorry, I thought everyone was here. My father always said, get the right tools for the job, so I got us this paper.
Is it Americorps paper? Does it have letterhead on it that says Americorps?
I know it's blank paper. This activity goes back a few generations, so treat it with respect, please. First, the hot dog fold.
so the hot dog folder,
The big
we gotta
paper, the big paper,
fold it like
sorry.
this. Get a nice good crease in there.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Could it be something a little more healthy than a hot dog, like the cucumber fold or your
The tofurkey
flatbread
dog
fold?
fold. Yeah.
that. Silly dog fold.
I don't know if that respects the tradition of this activity. Second, unfold the hot dog fold. Next, the corner fold. And then you're gonna double that fold.
What do you mean by double?
Well, what do I mean by double?
Like this?
Mm-mm.
Like this.
No, that's not it.
Like this? Like this?
Right, obviously.
This is why we're doing this activity. We've been stumbling through the year.
Ben's instructions for the airplane, not really the best. But yeah, I mean, it's just challenges like that you face all the time. I face it all the time at work too. I mean, sometimes I don't have enough time to work and enough stuff to do at work. I have plenty of time to work. Never thought my airplane making experience would actually help out.
Okay, all right. Can I see that? Thank you. One of these.
Wow.
One of these. Very specific.
So, a couple weeks into Americorps, I was really like, okay, I cannot do this. I'm going to quit. This is not me. This is totally out of my comfort zone. I was told that the previous member would be there for the first couple of weeks to help get me trained and get settled in. Well, she ended up getting a job before those 2 weeks. So I was left trying to figure out all the stuff that she used to do, and she juggled like 50,000 things and didn't seem to have much of a routine. That was so frustrating, and I was like, I can't do this. This isn't me. This isn't how I operate. This isn't how I work. So that was definitely the major, the biggest stress point of my whole term was just those few weeks where I was like, I'm gonna quit, but I'm still here.
Is this like the Americorps way?
This is this activity actually predates Americorps. So what does this tell you about your time so far?
It's
Can't
flying
make it.
by.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
I don't really know why people got so frustrated. I had a great time. I had fun. I think my airplane was awesome.
I'm not really sensing the passion here, so I think what we need to do is another airplane. First 3 months is the easy part of this year. Now we got to bring it together and bring up the passion for the rest of the year. So take your paper airplane, throw it away. All right. Enough shenanigans. Anyone need a piece of paper?
No, I've got it.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. A little creativity there. So this one, you're going to take the top right corner and you're going to fold it all the way down to the bottom left corner. Now take the top left corner, fold it all the way down to the bottom right corner. And refold it.
Same way?
Same way.
Wow, does Americorps like to do things the same way every time?
It's not the same because there's more passion every time you do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
great,
There's
great.
passion in the Peace Corps. They don't do it like this.
They don't do
in
it
the
like
Peace
that.
Corps.
Well, we are in America. Here. Fold it in half again. Fold it in half again. I like your enthusiasm. Thank you. Fold it in half again.
So constructing a paper airplane is probably not the best thing to do when you only have 3 hours of sleep and you're trying to figure out why in the world would you be constructing an airplane when you could be sleeping instead. Working 70-hour weeks now to try to finish my hours ahead of me leaving for the Peace Corps. And so 70-hour weeks was not what I was expecting and definitely been much more stressful than I would have imagined because I have no social life and no time to sleep or anything like that. But hey, I still love what I'm doing. And 70 hours a week, I've pretty much been by myself without people in the office with me. So being able to construct airplanes, I guess, is better with friends and with a team around than sitting in an office by myself.
This part of the activity is called Explain Your Plane. Haley, would you mind starting? I want to really show the world what our planes are like. This is what we need to do with the next 7-8 months of our program, so let's really dig in here.
I guess it would show that chaos. This is what might happen if you don't get enough sleep during your service. Hopefully it will improve over time. Yep, that's it for me.
What's the story behind your plane?
There's a story behind this plane. Trying to figure out what you need to do next. What is Americorps doing for me? What am I doing for Americorps?
Can I hear about your plane?
The Americorps plane flies around the world, and Americorps has the power to change everything that's wrong in the world.
I'm not really sure what that means, but thank you.
This is my plane, and it will probably be the best plane ever.
That's good. Can you repeat that for the camera?
This will probably be the best plane ever.
That's where we're headed.
So this is my plane. It's not symmetrical, so it probably will fly a little bit more heavily to the one side, and it really will not fly straight. I think that, if we're talking about Americorps, we need to be balanced as a team. Otherwise, we're not.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think Zach's up next.
So here's my plane. It's a really good plane. I call it the needle nose because it's really fine there at the front. I think I followed the directions pretty well, and I got this thing, so I hope everything turns out all right.
Last but not least.
Well, this is my plane. I guess it just symbolizes frustration and confusion and unclear instructions. So, it's my plane.
Can I see that?
My plane?
Okay.
The most stressful point for me so far has been just struggling to connect and to find fulfillment in what I'm doing, and to leave the past behind me. It's been hard to envision what could be instead of envisioning what didn't happen ultimately. So that's been the most hard part, and that's also made it more difficult to connect to my teammates and to my coworkers and my job in general.
Take 30 more seconds, finish up your airplane, try to channel that passion into the airplane, and then we're going to line up at the end of the room over here, and we're going to see who has the best airplane flight.
All
I don't mean to be rude, but that was the lunch bell. Where are we going to lunch?
No. Okay.
It came in reverse. That was
Reverse
perfect.
was the right
Exactly
thing.
what it was supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Oh, Barbara,
Yes.
we're just starting a competition.
Okay.
Most passionate paper airplane will go the
Your plane's
farthest.
already over here. I think this one's yours, right?
Great. Oh, I'm so glad. Americorps plane.
Who's going?
Plane.
I got it.
Next. Okay, Ellie,
I got it.
next.
So then I can go sit down.
He's
I
filming
give
us
up.
for some unknown reason. Oh,
I'm gonna be in the
oh,
blouse
that was-
zone.
oh.
I want a second try. Ooh, that was pretty.
What's the prize?
The prize.
The prize for winning the
The prize is we get better at our Americorps service as a team.
I was hoping I could win another Americorps pin because my plane went the farthest.
Pins are for effective Americorps teams.
Oh, a team.
Any closing thoughts?
The reverse twirl plane was not very effective, but I think everyone did a great job throwing their planes. It's good.
So we had a decent lunch. Not a whole lot of talking this morning though, so we're gonna try to give a little bit more engagement this afternoon. Okay. Ready? All right. How was lunch, everyone?
Good.
Fine. Okay, so for the next activity, we're gonna partner up. Count of 3, point to the partner that you think would be the best for you. 1, 2, 3. I guess you're stuck with me. So you're gonna take this symbol, one of the partners that's on this card. Don't show it to anyone else. I guess I'll keep this one because I know what it is. And what you're gonna do is get back to back with your partner and describe to them how to draw what's on your paper without telling them what it is. This is part of kind of getting the communication going, getting the discipline going so that we can have a good rest of the year. All right, so let's stand up, go find your partner. All right, we still seem a little lethargic here, so I think we need a little bit of movement. Let's do a little bit of stretching. Hands in the air, right? Hands in the air. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, back to back.
All right.
Now give it your best drawing here. I know you think you're a good drawer. We're going to find out.
By saying
Mental line
And a straight
across the
line
middle
at like a
of the paper.
45-degree angle.
I want you to start
At like
a
another
short
45
line
on the right
that
side.
cuts back to the left, down and to the left. Follow me?
Go up to
Yep.
the right corner of the
Got
page.
that?
Then, from the ends of those short
So
lines.
I guess now we see how it turned out, maybe? Okay.
Halfway through the
Two
first line.
lines,
All right, let's see what we have.
and then they
That
meet.
is a 45-degree angle.
You said go up and then down, and then you said this one is.
All right, let's see what you got. What is this?
Horizontal line all the way across the middle of the paper.
Oh,
When I got to that point, I was like, oh, it wasn't supposed to go all the way across.
well.
I knew at this point that it was supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
You seem really tired and you're drinking a lot of coffee. Are you okay?
Yeah, 70-hour weeks. I think that was my like second or third, and then I'll probably have a couple more just to get my hours up. So just not a lot of time for personal time or sleep or really anything like that.
Have you tried meditating before bed so you sleep better?
I haven't, but I feel like that would help since I used to love meditating in the past. That would help calm my mind at least because I'm always thinking about what I'll be doing the next day and up longer than I need to be.
Yeah, you might want to try that.
I think that'll help.
Oh, it turned out really good. You got the heart.
I mean, it's okay.
Why would you just crumple it up?
I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of frustrated about being here. You know, my plan was to join the Peace Corps and to go to Africa and make a difference over there, and it's just kind of hard to be here and not there.
Yeah.
I can tell you were trying pretty hard, but really, why are you in this program?
But I mean, I think that at least this exercise showed that, you are making meaningful relationships here and, maybe even learning something through those. Just seeing kind of what's in front of you and the relationships that you're making, and not taking those for granted.
1 horizontal line, 2 horizontal lines, they both go back. How hard could it be?
Yeah, I guess now that you say that, it is true. Building the relationships that I have begun to build here has made it a little bit easier to come to grips with the fact that I'm not with the Peace Corps. So, yeah.
There was a distance that was missed, so it was the horizontal lines wasn't defined.
The distance.
So I was imagining horizon.
Yeah, maybe it's the distance.
So-
Maybe it's the distance, or maybe we just don't have enough passion yet. I don't think the exercise is hitting the mark. It's not, it's an arrow. It's just not hitting the mark.
Yeah, that's great analogy there.
Maybe we're just not following through with these activities the way we should be.
Maybe it's that. Yeah, sure.
Well, here we are at the end of a day. It's been a heck of a retreat. So we're gonna try to finish it off strong. So I put on my lucky shirt to try to pull us through with a little enthusiasm through the end of the day. We lost a few people, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I've saved the most important activity for last, the classic human knot. This has worked on every team so far, so I can't imagine it would fail us now. Let's go check it out. All right, so our last activity today is welcome back. Would you mind introducing yourselves?
We've been working together all year.
Well, I want to get some real energy behind this last activity, so if you wouldn't mind, let's just do intros.
I'm Nilufar. Okay. Knee like your knee, Lou like Lewis, far like the kingdom of far, far away.
I'm not sure what's going on here. What have you been doing all year?
I've been serving with the Center for Interfaith Cooperation.
Like, doing what?
I don't know, really. I don't know. Honestly, when I came in, again, I just saw all those people and I was just like, wow, it's been a while since I've been back and everyone looks so different. So, yeah, it was a bit of an adjustment, to say the least.
This activity has not failed me in any of the teams in the last 10, 15 years I've been doing this. So I'd like to see it kind of pull us together at the end of the day here. It is called the human knot.
I'm hoping that he'll call on me and then he'll let me ask if we can go outside, because I really think this would be a good thing for our group, our team, to finally get outside that room and actually get some fresh air.
So this is an activity that takes, excuse me one second, this is an activity that takes a lot of group cohesion. It's a high trust activity. We want to get there. I don't know if we're at that high trust level yet, but this will hopefully get us there. Okay, do you have a question?
Yes I do. Could we go outside?
Yeah, I really like that idea. The vitamin D alone from being outside would be super beneficial to everyone's health. And it would wake us up.
Whoa, I'm up.
Okay, I suppose we could do it outside. I don't know if we've ever done that before, but anyone up for going outside for the activity?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Let's go.
Okay. Right this way, I know the way to go, so we'll go this way.
I guess we'll follow Zach. Good thing I put on my lucky shirt. That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, I know the perfect place to do this. There's tons of room, and it's got nice scenery, so everyone's going to really enjoy it.
Well, what I need you to do is just focus on the activity at hand. A very specific activity, the human knot.
Yeah,
And
yeah, for
if
sure.
we could make this successcul, I think we can all go home happy tonight. So let's do it. I can.
I got it. Go ahead, lead him out there. It's right there.
Let's do it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome. So yeah, I guess apparently we're not supposed to go to the cool place to do this stuff at, but we're here now, so.
Who's ready for the human knot? I get it. All right, I got a couple hands. The way this starts is You reach your hands out in front of you. Now walk toward each other. Now grab a random hand.
It's just like close eyes, yeah.
But two people have my hand.
Okay, I have. Okay.
Okay, alright, I hear a little enthusiasm there. Now, just like you're in a knot, like you're in a predicament, you need to solve the problem. You need to be productive here, so you're gonna get out of the knot without releasing your grasp from the other person's hand. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dude, we might be better at this than we thought.
So I think Katie and Katie need to.
Yeah, spin out there.
And then Barb twist around.
Can Katie Graham go under Elena and Anna's arm? Oh, we spin
Elena and you.
backwards.
And then you need to go.
Yeah, that didn't help.
No, I meant she needs to go backwards.
I'm sensing a little tension here. How are things going, guys?
Oh,
Did we do this
I see.
exercise wrong?
I think we
I just
won.
There we go.
happen to have a hands.
No,
If you're facing backwards, it's
get out of
perfect.
the circle.
Yes.
There you go.
So
Perfect.
two separate circles. I think,
Get out of the circle.
Okay.
and be your two separate circles. I
We're
think,
two separate circles.
So we're supposed to be one Americorps, not two Americorps.
walk away.
Elena!
So I don't think I had a really good idea for going outside. It's kind of like what everyone's saying, like we're not really much of a group. I don't really know like if we're really a team.
What happened?
I thought going outside would be a good idea, but I don't know anymore because we were two circles and you wanted us to be one Americorps. I don't think we're living up to your expectations.
Yeah, something didn't seem to work there, although you were communicating. Never had this happen before. Group is imploding. Someone walks out in the middle of the human knot. We'll have to see how this goes, but I'm not sure that it's going to be a successful retreat after something like that. I don't think. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out if there's a way to handle that. We're close to the point of either succeeding at this or failing at it. It's a little frustrating for me to be there, so I think I need to take a step back. Maybe if you go back in and you try to motivate the team to keep going, maybe you could, maybe you guys will figure it out.
Okay.
Well,
So how'd that all go?
let's try it again.
Well, I guess we'll find out if this works or not. It's been quite a day. We'll see. We'll see if the activities rub off enough for a little bit of team success here.
Hey.
Oh.
And can you take this over Zach?
Arms over. Yeah, okay.
Feels odd not directing the activity, but maybe there will be a little more communication, a little more engagement without my my direction. It's not what I'm used to, but I think it might work.
Guys, I just need a little sun to wake up.
Just like Anna said.
Thanks, Anna.
You're welcome.
Here now, guys.
And then I think Haley needs to step over just like Elena did.
Wrong day to wear a dress. Oh, and then Zach, you just like twist out.
Being so productive. And Katie has to step over these arms.
Oh. I guess they're starting to get into it after all, or at least communicating a little bit. It's an interesting feeling to have everyone start communicating right when you walk away. But I guess it's better than not at all.
So, Elena, what do you think you walked away?
Well, we didn't really feel like a team. And when I joined Americorps, even though I joined late, I thought I was joining a team.
Okay, so we totally were working as a team. We started out as a knot and we got unjoined. Sure, we were 2 different groups, but sometimes 2 groups can get more done, and it just happens to be more effective that way.
I mean, statistically, that only happens where you end up with 2 groups, like 1 out of every 543,000 times. So really, we accomplished quite a feat by being able to make two circles instead of 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see what you're getting at. So, I guess that's what teamwork is sometimes.
I think we just have to struggle through it, and the end result's kind of what matters. As long as we're together in the end, we'll struggle together, just like we have throughout our service. So it'll be good. We'll just get through it. Lesson learned, probably that I am definitely one that likes to work with a team, and we've gotten so close with our Americorps group, and I've definitely been blessed with that throughout our service so far. And also lessons learned are like getting through, the tough seems so bad in the moment, and then you get through it and then you're like, wow, that was not nearly as bad as I made it out to seem. So just like realizing that as you're going through tough obstacles and then getting through it, that can be applied for things like getting through 70-hour weeks or getting through a human knot activity that gets the group all tied up, literally and figuratively. So yeah, just taking it one step at a time and getting through it.
I get you. I guess it was not bad that I came today.
Yeah, glad you finally showed up. We were glad to have.
Ben is actually a better leader than I thought. Like, when he came out and actually talked to me, like, actually kind of came down from his, power strike, whatever he was doing, and actually really talked, it felt natural and real, and I felt like someone really cared. And, yeah, I believe that perhaps we can be a team, with him included.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben.
Pretty good. We've had some good discussion afterwards too.
So, a new experience after 15 years of leading teams. I think maybe I shouldn't be in the position of directing the group at all times, but maybe just try to be part of the group, try to lead from within the group.
This kind of thing is what Americorps is all about. A little conflict, a lot of resolution. Let's give ourselves a kudo.
This Americorps experience has been one of the best things in my life. The fact that we're able to save the world through our good intentions has really given me encouragement. Now, some people might say that we're not saving the entire world, but when we put our minds to it, we sure do resolve a lot of problems.
1, 2, 3.
Americorps! Woo! Right. During the Human Knot, I wasn't excited to even do it in the first place, and I still wasn't all that excited during it, but somewhere along the way, when we actually got unknotted and the conflict happened, when we ended up in 2 circles and Elena felt upset about it, I started realizing that our time in Americorps, honestly, it's not even about the big picture. Sometimes it's the little details of the relationships that we have with one another. The ability to use those relationships for good. Use those relationships either to work together on a project as small as the Human Knot, or something as big as trying to feed 100 people or so. And I think, when I think about what happened with the Human Knot, I can't help but think, as someone who focuses so much on the future, maybe for me it's important to also focus on the here and the now and to enjoy those moments while I still can.
What's that camera doing here?